biology teacher from Wyoming, and he stressed to us that it's pronounced duodenum. So duodenum's much more fun to say.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I imagine it's just 2 sets of genes now.
Duodenum.
Duodenum? No. Don't give him a webcomic. Thanks. No, I gotta give it up for that. Yeah, give me the credit. I gotta give it up for that little bit between your balls and your ass. I mean, I don't even know if that has a name.
There are several. There's Gooch, my favorite is great.
Also the grundle.
The demilitarized zone.
There's also the ABC, which is the ass-ball connection.
See, it's
The
got
New
so many
Jersey
great
of the
names.
body.
New Jersey.
Between New York and Philadelphia, I'll leave you to figure out which one's which.
Oh, wow. Well, New York's all business, so. All right, over here.
Philadelphia's fun.
In terms of people being angry at you, what's like the most extreme thing that anyone has like ever done to you? Like,
So those questions for Randall.
I mean for just all of you. Like, has anyone ever sent you UPS boxes?
Oh no. I got like angry, like someone looked up my phone number and started sending me angry phone
Like,
calls.
Wait, so someone can find your phone number. Let me write that
Here,
down.
so you go to Whois and you type in the explosive address and it gives you my mom's address.
Yeah, actually, mine for a long time is the same. It might still be for some of the side sites anyway. It was like my family's old house in Virginia. Right now we've got the business register. Our business, when we registered in Massachusetts, we registered it, you know, and we got some lawyer to do the filing the papers, and they put their law offices as the address. So just so that like if someone mailed something, they could then forward it to us or whatever. And they had some people show up at it, and apparently who wanted to give me a board game, which was really nice. But they called and said, "Do you want us to tell these people where you live?"
That's dangerous.
No.
Yeah.
And what was the answer no?
I ended up meeting them somewhere in a square in Boston because they were heading over.
Somewhere
and I was
public.
waiting there.
And yet you redirect them to your mom.
Yeah, well, everything comes to my
How
mom's
was the board
house.
game?
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah,
I come to Randall's house all the time.
yeah.
I had someone sign me up for Guns and Ammo magazine, so that got sent to my mom under my name. That was a little awkward.
Yeah.
Nothing dangerous.
I've had
Giving
all my
great.
fans. So my fans, everyone is so nice.
Come in.
How you doing?
It's got a pretty substantial email. It's just, you know, I get a few death threats here and there, and I got
A few death threats here and there.
Yeah.
Oh, just a few death threats.
Well,
here and
I
there.
also get very, very awkward naked pictures from strangers that are guys.
My bad.
Yeah, well, you know, I appreciate, you know, not including the head, not the face. But
What does that tell you?
I'm just saying that, you know, it's the anonymity. But I have had substantial threats where people Google mapped they found my mailing address and they Google mapped my parents' house and they circled it in MS Paint with, you know, motherfucker die kind of stuff, you know.
Wow. You know, like,
Maybe that was a guest comic. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
yeah, I've gotten. So webcomics tattoos. There's a whole website that Ryan North does collecting them.
Yeah.
But it's really weird.
Yeah.
When you're like, I drew that. I may have been drunk. You know, I don't. And then someone was like, you know, and it was so important to them they got it permanently etched on their body,
Right,
which is both really, really cool and just hard to wrap your mind around. You know,
true.
and I had one that was a girl who got it tattooed in a very personal region of her body. Who got one of my comic involving a ball pit, and she got one of the frames of that. And
Wow. I think they're thinking of a different region of the body right now.
I'm leaving it open.
Okay.
To insert, but
There's a few important parts of the body that.
yeah. So anyway, so she was like, and I was like, oh, that's really cool, and she, you know, and she sent a picture of the tattoo. It was pretty. It was not, you know, it was reasonably chaste, but.
I'm sorry.
Hey, if somebody has to leave, why not him?
And
The fire exit.
anyway, so yeah, and she sent in the picture, and it was like really blurry and sort of hard to see the tattoo at all. And I was like, oh, did you redraw it? And I was like, yeah, can you? Cool. You know, I'd love to see a clear picture or whatever. And she wrote back and said, you know, I don't know. I feel kind of uncomfortable at showing this picture. It feels kind of weird taking a picture of the internet. And I was just and it felt weird because I was like, well, in a sense, I've already been there. I mean, but you know.
At one point, I got an email from a person, this woman who didn't even bother. Like, we've met a few people who had gotten comics and everything tattooed onto them, or just certain characters. But there was one who got just my signature. There was just like, my signature they do at the bottom of the comic. Yeah, it was like on her waistline, and that was a
that's
bit
a
like,
check your address and who is, and make sure it's not your home
right,
address.
right,
Sort of
yeah.
email.
I didn't know how to email her back and say, thanks. I just, didn't let her know that I saw it.
Was she hot, I guess is the question.
No. I think if she's here, though,
Yeah, the most interesting
I'd love the
tattoo,
number.
the most interesting character tattoo I've seen is my Charles character. Do you guys know who Charles is?
Yeah.
Someone got Charles tattooed on the bottom of his foot. I don't know why.
What does that say?
All right, this gentleman with the cool hat.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I just noticed, you guys were talking about whois and what have you, and so far out of the four of you, at least half of you have admitted that either your whois or internet information leads to your parents' home, so it kind of begs the question, you guys are making money off of webcomics. Are you still living with your parents?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Moved out long.
All
So
right,
you're just
not
setting them up as
fulfilling the
targets, or?
stereotype.
Did Randall say yeah?
No.
I've never met Matt's mom.
Yeah.
He's my step.
But that's my
We're living with each other's parents. It's,
That's a whole other
it's
thing.
strange.
All right, question over here.
What's the most hilarious piece of hate mail you've gotten?
That's really.
Oh,
that's
so
really
I mentioned this in my last panel, but I got one that was upset. So I got one that was upset. At the bottom of my site, there's a note that says, this site may contain offensive language which is unsuitable for children, crude, unusual humor which is unsuitable for adults, and advanced mathematics which is unsuitable for liberal arts majors. and I wrote that it was very tongue-in-cheek. All my friends were liberal arts majors. Some of my best friends are liberal arts majors. And everyone, and I think that probably the majority of my people who read my comic do not have a hard sciences degree or not working toward one. It's not. I don't. So I always write with sort of that in mind. But I got a letter from someone who's very upset about that notice. Who said, I don't know why you'd say that, because I think I really do enjoy the comic, and why would you tell me to stop reading it? And blah, blah, blah. And she was very, very angry. She said, I've worked with a bunch of computer scientists, and they're all, they all like the comic, but I think I enjoy it just as much as they do. And I don't know why you need to put that kind of thing in there and push it away, to push us away. And so I get that email, and the first thing I think to do is I hit reply and type, so if you're a liberal arts major, how did you figure out how to email me?
I've received in my day 2 pieces of hate mail. One because I did a comic making fun of Guitar Hero, and the other about a condom joke that involved the phrase family pack and cocky. And someone wrote me this piece of hate mail. It was like 3 paragraphs long, and it had misspelled words. And the favorite part is they misspelled penis as pensy, and crap as carp. And there is nothing funnier than someone calling you a stupid piece of carp. It was great, declaring that I clearly must have a small pensy. Which I don't know what that says, but it was hilarious.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it in the panel yesterday, but my favorite type of hate mail is one where they pick what's offensive to them, and then they afterwards saying like, "Oh, I hate your cancer jokes. By the way, I love your AIDS jokes."
I don't know. I think my favorite email that I've ever gotten. I mean, there have been some really sweet ones, some really nice things but all that mushy stuff aside, there was I got one from this girl who was very sincere, writing on behalf of her and a friend. And the subject line in all caps was, "Do you know anything about the mechanics of time?" and it said, I hear you know about physics. I've been talking to everyone I can. I need you to explain what happened to me and my friend when we were out hiking. And then suddenly the sun started moving real fast across the sky, and a fist-sized ball of energy moved past us. And then we checked our backpacks, and all the items were rearranged. So and then she had a PS. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I'm sure your first assumption is, but no, we weren't using any drugs. I really don't know how this happened. Can science help? And I was like, it can't. I'm sorry. But I liked how she was so sort of clear and sincere about it. She was just a teenage girl. And I didn't know what to say to her, except I was. It's weird, this is the thing that stuck out to me, but I wanted to know